Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. This is another video in the series KAM Reacts. I am Cam, according to some of you, aka Korean Atlanta Mentorship. And we're going to watch a video by Tyler Oliveira called Hawaii Paradise Turned to Hell. Um, it was posted 5 months ago, and I heard that there are more Hawaiians outside of Hawaii than in Hawaii. In fact, I think I recall reading an article a while ago that a lot of them went to Las Vegas. But let's go ahead and start watching.
A CR
No, not another ad.
back.
All right, let's just skip.
Hawaiian. If you're coming, then leave. You're not going to become a Hawaiian. If you're coming, then leave.
Go back to the mainland. We ain't afraid of you guys here. Bro, what do we even do? You're not from Maui.
Oh, we do white people, okay?
White people?
Like really expensive.
My baby sister had to move. Her and her family moved to Las Vegas to survive. Everybody getting priced out of paradise.
Every year, 15,000 plus Native Hawaiians leave Hawaii to the mainland, which now has more Hawaiians than Hawaii itself, with the median house costing $1.1 million plus.
Here's my theory. Like, I know this sounds kind of weird and I have no basis or evidence for this. Any place that was like seen to be an ideal place for traveling back in the 90s is probably now a hellhole. Like, I don't know why that works or how that works, but Hawaii, Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York City, any place where the property value is worth like $1 million and above, and the average income is like 90 or 100,000, and that's probably like a really hot, well-known destination. It's all probably turned to a hellhole in 2025. But let's keep watching.
The local Hawaiians are being priced out of paradise as millionaires buy second vacation homes, Airbnb entrepreneurs rent out their apartments to tourists, billionaires buy entire islands, and mainlanders move to Hawaii. The locals are unable to afford the rapid increase in the cost of living, turning places like Waikiki, the symbol of Honolulu's bustling tourism, into a dumping ground for homeless Hawaiians. But with nearly 24% of Hawaii's economy reliant on tourism, are tourists even welcome in Hawaii anymore?
Don't come and don't buy land. Simple as that.
Hawaii is the #1 most expensive state in America, while ranking #4 in homelessness. How much longer will Hawaii have Hawaiians?
Has it gotten really expensive to live out here recently, or has it always been that way?
It's gotten really expensive.
Yeah? If you were to try to, I don't know, get a place right now, how much do you think that would cost for like a studio apartment? Oh my gosh.
Like really expensive.
$1,300 a month actually isn't really that bad, in my opinion. Now, I'm coming from a perspective where I paid 1,200 for a quote luxury one bed, one bath. But to me, if the given household income is like 90 grand in Hawaii, that's what I heard. I think 1,300, especially these days, isn't that bad. Although I do find it interesting that it is #1 homelessness. I didn't know that.
Why you come and to talk to me? What?
Oh, I want to ask you,
I don't like shit. Nothing from you, man. I don't need nothing from you.
oh yeah, all right.
Oh, we do white people, okay?
White people? What did I do?
No, your people go talk with them. I don't need you.
Where are you from originally?
Originally from Ohio.
Okay.
Been here for 20 years.
Do you consider yourself local at this point?
Absolutely. All my grandbabies are local.
Do you feel welcomed here, or is there sort of contention?
We were welcomed. We were loved.
Can you explain the white people concept? That's like the haole?
Yeah, your people.
White people?
Yeah.
Because Hawaii needs visitors. Hawaii needs people to love the island like we do.
Where did you live on the mainland?
Lived in Michigan. Yeah.
So you came out here, and the plan was to figure it out kind of when you got here?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we get swept everywhere. I just got swept again last Thursday. Took everything I owned. Everything.
Do you have any current plans of getting off the streets? And look, cop right there.
Yep. Yeah.
How long have you been out here, Sid?
20 years.
20 years.
When I had to quit my job, I gained my freedom. There's no more having to by anybody's rules. I can be out here, I can be free.
Yeah.
I've been camping ever since I was a kid. So for me, this is nothing but camping.
You might be surprised to notice how many people from the mainland are on these streets.
I mean, even as hard as it is out here, I still love it here.
Yeah.
That's really kind of fascinating. And I think I heard something similar about Los Angeles, about how a lot of people who are homeless in Los Angeles are not from Los Angeles. right? I don't know if you ever heard that, but I think it takes a lot of effort to go from the mainland to the island and then just decide, hey, I'm not gonna live in a home anymore. I don't know. That seems kind of weird to me, but I might be misjudging. But let's keep playing.
Say I work a little bit and everything like that, but then I just like to skate. Looking for that perfect.
No more taxes, no more BS, no more stress.
Yeah, dude. You know, I got a puppy. Like I said, my friend freaking.
Yeah, so you can show me your crib tour. So you have that inflatable setup to lay your body on?
Basically it.
That's it.
We need help.
Are you self-employed? Looking for your taxes?
Another ad. Let's skip.
You say you got help.
Like I said, my friend freaking.
Yeah, so you can show me your crib tour. So you have that inflatable setup to lay your body on?
Basically it.
That's it.
We need help. You say you got housing for the homeless? Yeah.
Where is it?
I have a friend of mine, her name is Angela, and she works every day. She works the graveyard shift at the airport, and she's homeless. There are people out here who got jobs, and they can't afford housing.
Aloha. All right, we're seeing tents strewn along every aspect of this beach. Tent after tent after tent. It's pretty unreal just how many people are out here. What's your name?
Bob.
Bob, good to meet you, Bob. How did you end up on the beach out here?
If you want to watch extended convos with guys like Bob, DLC content with Uncle you'll meet later in this video, exclusive videos never uploaded to YouTube, and early access to every video of mine before it goes up on YouTube, you can subscribe to my Patreon at patreon.com/Tyler Oliveira for as little as $5 a month. Help support our boots on the ground journalism and go watch the Hawaii DLC content after you finish watching this, and then stay tuned and watch the next video before anyone else sees it on YouTube at patreon.com/Tyler Oliveira.
I don't know. I just got here and I stayed here.
How is it living out here on the beach? Is it tough? Is it pretty easy
I
with
like
the
it.
weather?
I like it.
How'd you end up here on the beach?
Couldn't pay rent.
How much was your rent at the time?
At least 500.
500?
Studio, like shack really, up in Nanakuli, so.
A lot of people getting priced out of their homes out here?
Pretty much, yeah.
Do you have any family members or friends who have moved to the mainland because it got too expensive out here?
Absolutely. So I'm one of 6 kids, and I am the only one currently living here in Hawaii.
Where do they go?
One went to Ohio,
Okay.
2's in Nevada in Reno, one's in Washington, and one's kind of floating all over.
And they left for better job opportunities, better wages?
For the most part, yeah.
The problem right now is that people who are purchasing second homes and Airbnb entrepreneurs are renting out these long-term housing units, turning them into short-term housing units, decreasing the available long-term housing supply, driving prices up, and making it nearly impossible for some of these locals to pay rent, much less own a home. But look at that view. Who wouldn't want to live here? This is paradise.
So I met up with lifetime Honolulu resident David to understand the culture of Hawaii a little more and the underlying tensions between Hawaiians, locals, and white people.
David, how long have you lived here in Hawaii?
25 years, born and raised.
Okay, but are you Hawaiian?
I'm not Hawaiian. I'm Italian, Filipino.
Would locals here consider you Hawaiian?
No, definitely not.
What does it mean to be a Hawaiian out here?
It means to have some semblance of Hawaiian blood.
Are the locals living here in Waikiki?
No, definitely not. It's majority tourists. There are some buildings here that people live in, but they're like multi-million-dollar building apartments, and maybe median or average price right now, last I checked maybe a year or two ago, was like 700 grand for a house on island, and that's nothing in this area. That's on the other parts of the island. Definitely not something that local people can afford.
We're headed to Kahala. This is the Beverly Hills of Honolulu. David, is that true? Who lives there?
Well, I think the most notable person who lives there is Piero Midyar. He's the founder of eBay.
Is there anything out here it's safe to say?
Definitely
over a mil?
Definitely over $1 million. You're not gonna find anything less than that here.
So that's a nice little mansion right there. Little mansion right there. Cybertruck all the way out here.
I mean, lots of doctors, lawyers, accountants, financiers live out there. Like, it's not uncommon to see a Ferrari pull into a garage or a Bentley. One of my buddies lives in a tower, and he was telling me, you know, the building I used to live in, like 40% of it is unoccupied because a lot of the international investors buy up those properties and just leave it vacant.
So that's got to piss off a lot of locals out here who are getting priced up into apartments.
Yeah, I don't understand the point of that. I understand, like, when you buy a commercial property, that's actually kind of common because the rent that you get will determine the property value. And so if you lower your rent prices, that actually kind of looks bad but I kind of find it fascinating that people will just buy stuff and not use it. When it comes to real estate, and that's kind of sad. But let's keep watching.
Apartments they can barely afford.
Yeah, definitely. And they're building like little sustainable mobile homes and little encampments.
This is bougie out here, David. What is this?
Yes, sir. Kahala Hotel.
Okay.
There's dolphins around here for sure.
Dolphins? Look at him. There he is. Nice. And they like being in this little pond?
Yeah, if they didn't, they would show us signs that they had lesser welfare. So
Dolphin depression?
basically, yeah.
So you got like light eyes, light hair, you're white.
Yep.
How has that experience been out here? Is it pretty chill or is there a friction?
Yeah, so I'm Holly, by stay in my lane. One of the reasons that it actually took me a while to decide to move out here was because I knew I was moving to an actively colonized landscape. So I do what I can to make sure that I am being respectful, that I am letting other people's voices be elevated above mine. If they're coming out to visit, come out and visit and do so responsibly. If you are just coming out here because you just want to have a party, maybe think about where you're going. Maybe go to Miami,
All right, yeah, that's fair. Would it be fair to say this is a gentrified neighborhood out here? Do any locals live out here, do we think?
Definitely not. I mean, you might have some families that are like second generation and like the property was passed down to them, but...
And look at that view. It's gorgeous and breathtaking. Holy smokes.
And while it's no surprise people want to move here and have a taste of paradise for themselves, the hidden cost is many native Hawaiians are simply being priced out, forced to move to the mainland, or work 2 to 3 jobs to survive. So to curb the displacement of Hawaiians, in 1921,
Get your ship together with Shopify, the commerce platform
I
designed.
wonder if the Shopify people have properties in Hawaii. That's messed up. The eBay people do.
the Hawaiian Homes Commissions Act, setting aside roughly 200,000 acres of land to homestead the native Hawaiians, allowing Hawaiians with 50% or more Hawaiian blood to be eligible to receive some of this land. But some Hawaiians say this is a Western concept that has no basis in any of their traditions or how they determine who is Hawaiian.
Like the whole blood quantum concept is a Western concept.
Got it.
Being Hawaiian is not only like a race classification, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's like a holistic way of living where the people are connected to the land. And so it's, in a way, it's like they're kind of stewards of the land. But my uncle who lives in Maui, he's a descendant of Hawaiian royalty, and like he's got stories about how his auntie would teach him, like, if you see the waves that are crashing at this angle and hitting the cliffs this way, that means you're going to be able to find mangoes in this part of the forest. It's like being able to read nature and being one with nature.
So we pulled up on David's homie Jamin, who is a local like David, but has Hawaiian blood unlike David. What does he think of the Americanification of Hawaii since its occupation?
1893, United States annexes Hawaii. What are your thoughts on that? What is your family's perspective on? Is this currently occupied land?
Actually, 1893 was the overthrow.
Okay.
The annexation was in 98.
Okay.
So it was its own republic for about like 5 years before they officially got the U.S. to annex it. Every island though had their king, and I think Big Island, Mokuokiave, was specifically allied with Great Britain.
Okay.
And I think every kingdom had their own nation that they were pulling from. So like Russia was involved in this, France was involved in this, and I think America had another interest in another island. But that's why King Kamehameha actually wanted to be a part of Great Britain for that like royal protection.
Everyone wants Hawaii, right? Perfect location in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, especially for the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they wanted Pearl Harbor, you know? I mean, I guess without it, like, you can't really dominate or operate in the Pacific, and that's also a big reason why Japan came after us. At some point, once they bring guns, tasers, you know, weapons, what do you think that means, you know? Like, for us, if we retaliate, we're looked at as, like, terrorists, you know?
Sure.
Like, it's a game of force, bro, for real. Like,
Does some of the Hawaiians feel like obviously you're still occupied, right?
Most people feel that way. I just think that's a subliminal reality. At the end of the day, if you did want to practice certain things about your culture and do things in a certain way, you would have to step on some federal laws. You would have to deal with some consequences by the police or whoever, you know, whatever jurisdiction is holding over that part of the land. For most Hawaiians, you're not going to find 100% Hawaiian. You know, most Hawaiians you find is either going to be Chinese, Japanese, Filipino, Haole, or whatever, you know? So, like, we're all mixed, and to be really Hawaiian is, like, to be able to, like, track where you're from, you know, and to know your lineage and your ancestry. And once you bury enough of your ancestors' bones here, like, you're kind of attached, you know?
Sure.
And that's where the life force is, you know? That's where the mana is.
Beyond housing, what makes it expensive to live out here? as a Hawaiian?
Gas, groceries. What other words that start
milk?
with G?
We got like $9 milk gallons or what?
Yeah.
Isn't that what the price is nowadays in the mainland too? I'm assuming it's all relative, right? So if we got $10 milk, then it's probably $20 over there.
Everybody shops at Costco, bro. You can't afford to not. Like,
If you take away the hotels, you decrease all the infrastructure for tourism, what jobs are the locals working out here? Or do they just tend to the land and we go back to like a communal, simple agrarian setup where people, have gardens and they give to each other and barter? Where do the jobs go if you take away all the tourism?
we can't really create new industries being a part of America with American law. Like, we would have to create new laws to do different things differently. Pretty much like so much would have to change to make the industries appear or be strengthened, like because most of our money is not tourism, bro. That's
A newsflash, a plane's gone down. My child is on that plane!
like a facade, bro. Like, we could survive without it. It's not like an anti-America stance, it's just a pro-Hawaii stance.
Since European contact, beginning with the arrival of Captain Cook in 1778, and through the spread of deadly diseases like smallpox, measles, and whooping cough, the native Hawaiian population was reduced by roughly 90% over the next 70 years. As the native Hawaiian population was decimated and not interested in working sugar plantations, groups of immigrants from China, Japan, Philippines, and later Puerto Rico and Portugal immigrated to Hawaii to work the land for 3 to 5 year contracts in a form of indentured servitude. One may call it just a better branded name for what you may know as slavery. Fast forward years later, in 1921, as Hawaii is rapidly becoming a melting pot of many cultures, the homestead program sets aside pieces of land to appease Hawaiians' ancestral claims to the land, like the one Jamin's family lives in right now.
We're in the burbs, but the homestead burbs. And from my understanding, they're allowed to live here for cheap. That's the big plus here.
Ooh, I wonder how cheap it'll be.
You're getting rewarded for having ancestral ties to this land and being a certain percentage blood quantum Hawaiian. How long did it take for your family to get a homestead?
I'm not exactly sure how long it took us, but everyone in my dad's family got on the list at some point. You're kind of like, a little lucky to get like something offered,
This is a big crib, right? I expected like
I wonder what kind of fruit that is. I'm kind of hungry now.
I don't know, maybe like an apartment or like this is a nice family house.
This is a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom.
How much do you think that goes for if this was not on the homestead? A mil?
Probably more, bro.
Actually?
Yeah. And then the land, you get like a 99-year lease or something like that, and you pay like $100 off the bat for the 99 years of living.
So every single family here has some blood tie or blood claim to like being Hawaiian and
for sure. Yeah, you can't get it otherwise. So and that's why it was one of the coolest spots to like grow up in, because like everybody who's lives here is Hawaiian style, like we have whole block parties, bro, raging to like late in the night. No cops are called,
But Jamin's sister Tate had a few other thoughts worth considering.
So I'm here with
Tate Kelly Ho'omalu.
Did you grow up here?
We grew up in Kahuku, which is on the North Shore, on Oahu.
Do you think you'll ever move out of Hawaii and go to the mainland? No? That was quick. Tell me why.
Because it's our home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our culture and identity is here. So there's we're not, at least for Native Hawaiians, this is our home, so we don't like to flock away from it. And also too, I really don't believe in purchasing land or having land ownership outside of like my genealogical ties.
Okay. In your opinion, what does it mean to be a Hawaiian?
Well, there's no opinion, to be honest.
Okay.
If you have blood, then you're Hawaiian. If you don't,
any amount of blood?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
So I was
no
asking-
percentages. I feel like our generation though is like better at like breaking those things. If you're Hawaiian, you're Hawaiian.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no blood quantum. We don't believe in that thing.
So even let's say I'm like blonde hair, blue-eyed, white, like true, I guess, Haole. Could I be Hawaiian?
If you have Hawaiian blood, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can be a local, but not a Hawaiian, right?
Yeah, correct. It's similar to like, I don't know demographic wise, but it's like if you live in the hood, would you call yourself black?
No, I get what you're saying. Do you think Hawaii would be better off if it was no longer part of the United States? Would that be a good thing for Hawaii or ultimately a bad thing?
Well, I don't see it as a part of the United States.
Okay.
But do I think it should be unoccupied? Absolutely. 100%.
We're talking the military bases should...
Absolutely. Gone.
What does the United States of America mean to you? When you think of the USA as a country, as Hawaii's role in it, is it just like a subjugator?
I think the United States is stupid. But my main concern is that they illegally occupy Hawaii. So I don't think that they should have at least jurisdiction here in Hawaii. with governance.
Okay. As a Hawaiian, what are your thoughts on the tourists that come here to Hawaii?
Don't come.
Yeah.
Come but leave. If you're coming, then leave. And don't buy land. And don't own land here. Simple as.
You the realtor of the year. Whoa, we're hugging.
I used to be a hitman.
Bro looks like Jackie Chan.
That.
What are your thoughts on the folks that come here, maybe buy a second, third home, a vacation home, maybe a full-on tower because I'm a billionaire and then I don't even use half it?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah. It's not your right to. And unfortunately, I think almost 50% of Hawaiians don't live in Hawaii, which is so unfortunate. And it's only going to get worse.
What if they respected the culture, respected it as you see it, and assimilated into your culture rather than trying to impose their own onto, like they're your guests, let's say?
Guests leave.
Okay, mic drop.
But most people.
I like that. Guests leave. That's a good one.
People come here with the right intentions anyways, but they don't know that what they're doing is actually wrong. Now, if you are staying, then do your part in getting educated and respect culture. You're not going to become a Hawaiian, and you're not going to become black when you move to Compton.
These people, buy a second home, they decrease the supply of available long-term housing. Therefore, the available housing goes up in prices, and then locals can't afford to rent them.
Exactly.
And this has in turn led to Hawaiian locals to create these huge villages in the woods, living off the land and off the grid in Hawaii at whatever the cost. As I was driving past this park, I noticed a massive encampment hidden in the woods. We pulled up with some Costco pizzas and asked if we could check it out.
Queenie, where are we at right now? Before we explore the island more, I want to tell you about the sponsor that made this video possible, Delete Me. Did you know that data brokers are selling your personal info online? Google your name right now and see what pops up. Anything you wish wasn't there? I do. In this digital age with all your info publicly available, the risk of being harassed, stalked, or having your identity stolen is always out there. Have you ever shared a political view or opinion that might piss someone off and you don't want people to know where you live? I have. But luckily, the sponsor of this video, Delete Me, can help you keep your personal info private. I've been trusting Delete Me since March to keep my personal info private, and it's reviewed over 1,000 listings, deleted over 100, and saved me 20 hours of searching and deleting my info that shouldn't even be public. Protect yourself, protect your family, and take back control of your personal info, and join Delete Me now for 20% off when you go to joindeleteme.com/Tyler and use promo code Tyler at checkout. All right, let's investigate the islands.
Puhonua Waianae at the small Waianae Boat Harbor.
Okay. I came down here like a year ago. It wasn't as big as it is now, I don't think, right? Has it grown last year or so?
Yes, it did.
How many people live out here?
We have over about 170.
I see a little guy over here, a few kids playing ball.
But everyone here, we all call each other family.
How long have you guys all known each other out here?
I've been here since I was 12 years old, and I'm 26 now. He's been raised here since he came out the hospital.
This little guy right here. Okay.
His mommy is pregnant with one more. So.
Okay. It looks like everyone's having a good old time out here.
It is safe. It's 100% safe here.
Yeah. So I see a little guy. I see those kids playing football. Do they go to school?
That's the number one rule. Your children reside here, and they're in the age bracket to go to school. They must go to school.
Are you giving me the tour? Okay. So I see the signs too. It seems like there's some rules.
Like we say, your children is number one.
Yeah.
Keep the safety of our children. There's no stealing allowed in our village. That's grounds will be removed.
Let's check it out. I'll shine a little flashlight.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is my pantry. My pantry consists of everything besides clothing and footwear. Linens, food, kitchenware.
Can I
everything.
see
Yeah,
it?
come inside.
All right.
Come inside.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we appreciate the hospitality. So where'd you guys get all this stuff? All donations.
After seeing countless tent towns and homeless encampments, I've never seen anything this large and organized across the
Honestly, what I'm seeing right now is probably a lot better than what you would get in Los Angeles or San Francisco. It seems like they have a very community-minded spirit there, and living in a tent seems much more reasonable there than it would in other places in the mainland.
entire country.
I'm impressed. This is crazy. You guys built your own society out here. I had no clue this went this far back, by the way.
It goes far.
Holy smokes.
It goes far. What we're walking down section 1. Each section has their own captain, their own overseer.
Okay. And your role is, what exactly?
I'm captain for section 1.
Okay. So let's say some crazy guy comes in here and says, or someone just coming here messing around.
Then we're gonna get together and get him out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you had to do that?
Yes.
Is it pretty common?
Yeah. Well, we got some out-of-state people, and majority of us is Hawaiian. Sheba.
Hi, Sheba. She's a little shy. And we have some inspirational quotes here, too. And there's a map. You guys built a freaking map. What? Look at the border right here. I'm very impressed. This is been to quite a few spots. I've never seen anything of this size and organization. Evian, what do you think allows you guys to get along so well and maintain this level of like order?
Respect.
Yeah?
Well, I grew up believing respect. It comes in everything and anything, whether it be a rock, whether it be a person,
Yeah.
a tree.
Also, we just made it to section 2, I noticed.
Yes, this is section 2.
Dang. So this has got to be very valuable land, right? Built-in library right here. Wow, okay, I never would have thought all this was hiding behind this parking lot. You have a trampoline? Let's look at that. We got the basketball court. That's epic. What's your name?
Kala. I'm one of the overseers here. She makes sure that everything is going accordingly up there for the construction-wise. That makes sure that homes are being built for the people down here. Her job is to bring everybody home, you know. And
that's home out of here or home here?
Out of here to up there, and to permanent homes.
So how many people have you guys transitioned into permanent housing?
Right now, we're still in the process of building the sections. What we're going to do is take the kapunas and the children out of here.
Okay, kapunas are the elderly?
The elderly,
okay.
Yes. We have 7 sections. Okay. I am the overseer of 3. Try to.
Honestly, from what I've seen so far, it doesn't seem like hell to me. Like, it seems like a place where, yes, it's very hard to survive, but if you because they are able to take care of each other, it's not as bad. Plus, you have the subsidized suburbs, which is pretty sweet because you only pay what $100 for a 99-year lease. Again, I haven't seen anything that speaks out to me that like this is really really bad, like Los Angeles would be. Because if you ever watch any videos on Los Angeles, oh man, it's really terrible. But let's keep watching.
Keep like the single women to the front because it's dark back here, and I try to keep them around families where they can be watched for the safety, you know. Even though we're all not cut from the same cloth, we're still family. A lot of people come out here and been houseless because of stipulations along the way that they faced, whether it was a bump in the road that they hit and they never got back up yet because all this time in their life they was let down a lot.
Yeah, I think this place will solve their problems?
Not really. It's just they find it home. Me, I chose to be houseless up here because I didn't want to live under nobody's rules. Everybody getting priced out of paradise. My baby sister had to move. Her and her family moved to Las Vegas to survive because our pay ain't so great out here. It's like, what, $14 minimum wage? Rent out here for a studio is like almost $2,000.
Hold on, let me just do a quick search on Hawaiians moving to Las Vegas. So let me just do this. Hawaiians moving, yeah. Look where they're going to, Las Vegas. Why many Hawaiians are making Las Vegas their home, 2023. That's interesting. All right.
But people with family working 2-3 jobs, who is there at home to raise the children?
After seeing countless locals price out of their home in Oahu, I flew over to the island of Maui to see what has happened to the locals here nearly 1 year after wildfires destroyed 2,200 structures, caused $5.5 billion plus in damage, killed over 100 people, and displaced over 6,000 people now currently living in hotels, temporary housing, or tents on the beach. What does the future look like for people now on the streets? And are tourists coming back to Maui helping or aggravating the situation of those currently displaced?
We have made it to Lahaina. This is your first time here?
Yes, sir.
When I came here, half this joint was blocked off. It was fully burnt down. This is what stands. Roughly 1 year later, a lot of this is raised completely. Who am I here with?
This is Brian with Maui Gravel and Soil. I deliver gravel and soil to people all over Maui.
What's changed in the last year or so since the Lahaina fires?
Well, we're rebuilding Lahaina. Businesses like mine that deliver dump trucks of gravel and aggregate for construction purposes are very busy, and everybody's just trying their best to do their part to rebuild.
Are tourists welcome in Maui right now?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, tourists is where the lion's share of the money comes from. We ask that the tourists show respect for the fire victims, but that time has passed. So the tourists, of course, are welcome here on Maui.
You want to know something crazy? Well, I don't know if it's crazy or not. I actually had a Zoom call with somebody who lived in that area and wanted advice what to do with their property. I'm like, I don't know. Not from Hawaii, but it's crazy. So I actually did talk to someone who lived there. Just FYI.
It's going to take a decade or longer to fully rebuild the town of Lahaina.
We just opened this store in the spring of last year, and it was just kind of really getting going. We were getting ramped up, and then the fires happened, and we actually didn't know if this area survived for a few days. It took a long time, and it's still really not back as far as business. I mean, by this time in a summer season, we should be cranking. Everything's booked, lines out the door, which is obviously not happening. If they walked in last summer and asked me, can I book a boat tomorrow, I would laugh at them.
So right now, can I book a boat? You could. Okay. Brother Jay, how long you been here in Maui?
27 years, bro.
Okay. Were you here when Lahaina fires happened?
Yeah, we was here, bro. We was here. My wife's born and raised up Lahaina Luna. I'm from the other side of the island, yeah?
Where you from before Maui?
Atlanta, Georgia.
So you have the Hawaiian accent, though?
Yeah, been out here a long time.
You're a full-on brother now.
I'm a hybrid.
What's going on here in Lahaina?
Same bro. There's no water.
No drinking water?
No water in the land. There's no water in the pipes. There's no water for nothing, bro.
But I've been here for 16 years, almost my whole adult life.
As a haole, I don't know if that's a pejorative coming from me, are you welcome to come and move here? How has your experience been?
I find moving here to be a touchy subject.
Yes. You can't hide that you're obviously not Hawaiian.
No, I'm embarrassingly white.
Sure.
In general, with that question, I find that if one comes out here with a heart of respect and knowing that this land has a lot of history, a lot of mistrust, a lot of tragedy, you don't come out here approaching it like Disneyland.
Sure.
You come out here approaching it with respect and wanting to learn and wanting to value the land.
Why is filing your taxes with Free Tax USA different? Well, for starters, our
land and the culture, then you don't have a problem.
Can you explain your tattoo on your face? That thing looks pretty cool.
So this is our family. When I was brought over and brought into the Hawaii Kingdom, it was through a family in Molokai. We started living the kaheas and living the life and learning and educating. And so really this is just our family genealogy. It's the waterman of Molokai.
What are your thoughts on brothers not from here or maybe just like from California getting a tattoo of like a turtle in Hawaiian fashion?
I don't give a fuck what they do.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Each his own journey, bro. Each his own journey.
You know what's sad? That I really like that, there's a lot of respect for the culture. But then when you see what he has there, this is like subliminally mainland imperialism. Is this McDonald's? I don't know what this is. Looks like fast food. But the Dr. Pepper, maybe it's Burger King. Looks like Burger King. Like fast food. I feel like anytime I see fast food, that really is a symbol of American imperialism. I don't know if you knew this or not, but the most important foreign market when it comes to KFC is China, which is kind of sad. And I really thought about this when I was in California. Like, why are there so many like healthy Chinese restaurants? But if I went to China, I probably wouldn't find that. I'd probably just find a bunch of KFCs, which is kind of sad. All right, let's keep playing.
Molokai. We started living the kaheas and living the life and learning and educating. And so really this is just our family genealogy. It's the waterman of Molokai.
What are your thoughts on brothers not from here or maybe just like from California getting a tattoo of like a turtle in Hawaiian fashion?
I don't give a fuck what they do.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Each his own journey, bro. Each his own journey.
How important is tourism to the economy holistically?
Exceedingly important.
Okay.
I say it to people all the time. Thank you for coming. Thank you for visiting us. We all want to live and eat here. And to live and eat here, many of us rely on tourism as an industry, for better or for worse.
Okay. Did you feel okay coming here to Maui 1 year later after the fire, or was there some weirdness or some hesitation?
We never thought of anything. Okay. We didn't hesitate. We just decided to come.
How's your experience been?
It's been awesome.
Beautiful out here, yeah?
Yeah, oh, very.
But it's expensive.
Well, I'm Mexican. I have a Hawaiian family that call me their Hanai son.
Okay.
So that's why I have.
Oh, can we see it?
They call me their adopted son, so I'm on the family portrait.
This is what we want to see, David. I want to see people here feeling welcome to come back, say what's up. All right, so right ahead of us, we see the death of what once was Lahaina and the new Lahaina, whatever that will look like. We have straight ahead of us Bank of Hawaii Fork and Salad coming soon, Lahaina Cannery. It looks like they're gonna turn this place into something completely not like what it once was. There's going to be an entirely new Lahaina.
While Maui was years away from rebuilding what once was, I met up with David's uncle, Walter, a Hawaiian OG descended from royal blood, to hear his thoughts on the rapid change of Hawaii in his lifetime, the effects of tourism on the island, and the seemingly inevitable fading of the Hawaiian culture. He also just happens to be on the FBI watch list for exposing some dark truths in the documentaries he made about the islands in his free time.
Our view. Wow, that's crazy. FBI watch list? That's insane.
Of Maui is not the same anymore. You know, it's not the same anymore. I remember when Maui never had any traffic lights. I remember when the first traffic lights in Kaului, there was one light up in Wailuku town. And then all of a sudden, traffic lights came from all over. When it was just stop signs, people used to stop at the sign and wave to their friend across at the other stop sign and tell them, hey, you know what? My daughter's got a birthday party Friday. You guys want to come? Yeah. And the other guy on the other stop sign would say, oh, I can come too. Yeah, you can come too. And that's how Maui was, you know. Everybody was friends. Everybody had aloha. Now that get the traffic lights, get 3 cars running through the red light.
I may have done that on accident today. On accident.
You know what's crazy? I was in Hawaii one time too. And I don't know what I did, but there was this Japanese American dude who was like yelling at me. And I was like, what did I do? I didn't have a car. I was just like walking around. I may have jaywalked, but then he was like super angry at me. But I get where this guy's coming from, Even like the concept of traffic lights represents like a fundamental shift of how they view their land and culture. And what's sad is that it's actually happening here in Atlanta as well. Really weird, right? Like my neighborhood, like it used to be actually really, really empty, and now they're just developing it crazy and putting new traffic lights. Like, huh? When I first came here, it was just a peaceful small town, and now they're putting traffic lights now where I gotta go to the freeway. Huh? Interesting.
What is this world coming to? No, we're not mad at the people that came. It's just the change that decided. Because I believe the Hawaiians left.
We're gonna come back and we're gonna kidnap you if you're down. Okay. Unc, we just had an hour plus drive to get here. Where are we at? Tell me about this place.
This place is called Kahiki Nui.
When did you end up with this land?
Back in the 1990 something, but this land consists of 20,000 acres, and this is Hawaiian homeland. Right.
How much do you think this would sell for on the market?
Priceless.
Priceless?
Right.
$1 billion view, in my opinion.
Right.
Billion with a B. And speaking of billionaires, Oprah lives out here somewhere, right?
Yeah, in Ulupalakua.
I imagine she paid a lot more than you did to live here, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So I'm honored and I'm privileged to be here.
And you also have a crazy story on your dad's side too, right?
Yeah, he had some land up in
I really should pay for YouTube Premium.
Waihe. And the plantation owner, sugar plantation, needed the land. They tried to convince him that he should move out so many times, and he wouldn't do it. Finally, they accused him of having
leprosy.
Okay. And they shipped him to the island of Molokai. And I know that he wasn't the only one.
And he didn't even have leprosy?
When he died, the autopsy showed no signs of leprosy.
So that was a tactic what Americans were using to steal land from?
To get the land.
Okay.
He died in the leprosy colony with no leprosy.
Taken from his family, his friends. Okay.
It's not easy to come out here and build. And
did you build this house right here?
Yeah.
Bare hands?
Yeah.
Dang. Can we see the guns?
Guns?
Yeah. Let's say the average Hawaiian. Are they going to end up on the mainland just getting driven out, or are they going to end up on the streets out here? There's only so much land. And
the Department of Hawaiian Homes, they should address the problem. Why people are leaving? Why are people leaving? And they got so much land. There's so much land, like 20,000 acres over here. And only 20 of us got homes. Why don't they let more?
When did you start noticing
You know what's crazy is I was also watching a documentary. I'll probably react to this too about people in Hong Kong and their cage homes. And a lot of people just say that the reason why housing is so expensive in Hong Kong is pretty much due to political mismanagement. And it seems like it's the case here where they still have a lot of land, but they're just unable to use it for housing, and whatever housing is built has to be the super ultra rich, modern development type housing that you see everywhere.
Millionaires and billionaires coming in here and buying second homes, vacation homes, turning them into Airbnbs, and now forcing property taxes to go up that they can't
Well,
afford
I
to pay.
noticed it back in the late 60s and the early 70s.
Okay.
You know, the winter birds are coming in. If we didn't welcome foreigners,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have my wife.
I see. There she is. 50 years of happy marriage, right?
In 51 years.
So he built this with his bare hands, for context. We're at the bed, double bunk bed.
Yeah, for the kids.
It's beautiful. It's kind of it's so quiet out here. It gets me. I've been to such a quiet, no noise pollution.
Man, that is beautiful. That can't be hell. That's heaven right there. But I imagine that if you don't have access to these resources, like, and you're just kind of scrumped up into tents, it's just another Los Angeles. Well, actually, just looking at those tents, it was like, man, it's not that bad. If I really had to make it, I would really live there than the tents in Los Angeles, and I probably have to do reaction to those.
No light pollution. No pollution at all. You told me Oprah lives around here. Do you think there's that sort of aloha I give to you and you give back to me mentality when it comes to like the ultra rich and some of these people building resorts?
Honestly, they got money to throw away.
Yeah.
And so they keep buying and buying and buying. And that's their privilege. So you can't stop them from doing it. You can help so many people, bro.
I mean, I don't have Oprah money or anything like that, but I think the perspectives alone have value.
If my father can do, then I can do. Whatever he can do, I can do. So
yeah,
your job is to let people know that they can do. I listen to the voice of my ancestors. They cry out to me, return to the land of Kahiki Nui. Ualohe au I nā leo o nā kupuna. Ka hea lako I au. E ho I oe I Kahiki Nui. Ka aina o kou kupuna. E ho I oe I Kahiki Nui. Ka aina o ko aloha. Ke akua. Make au e nana I ko maka. When I first came to the land out here, I came out here and I was camping on the grass. And in the middle of the night, an owl came in, perched himself right on my shoulders. The thing that came to my mind was, if this is the owl's home and I'm in his home, then he's welcoming me home. And that night I also wrote that song.
Major shout out to Uncle Walter, David, and Jamin. Go subscribe to David and Jamin to learn more about the culture of Hawaii as they start their new YouTube channel, and check out Walter's documentaries below. Thanks for watching.
Taxes was waiting.
That's how you know it's tax season, because all you're getting is tax messaging, right? Now, I'm just curious about this, because what happened? What's the Hawaiian native language, or did they have like multiple languages? So right here it says Hawaiian is a Polynesian language and critically endangered language of the Austronesian language family, right? And so there's only 300 native speakers. Holy jeez. Wow, that's really sad. Only 300. Right. So 1896, an English-only law which subsequently banned Hawaiian language as the medium of instruction. Wow. Man, this is really depressing. And then you could kind of see the resentment of why they would view the mainland the way that it is, because basically, kind of like with Mexico, their language and culture was kind of stripped away from them. So the number of native speakers of Hawaiian gradually decreased during the period from the 1830s to the 1950s. English essentially displaced Hawaiian on 6 of 7 inhabited islands. In 2001, native speakers of Hawaiian amounted to less than 0.1% of the statewide population. Whoa, that sucks. All right, well, this is Hawaii Paradise Turned to Hell. To be honest, just looking at this documentary from the living conditions don't really seem that bad. Now, I think the hell part is basically everything's super expensive, but even if you're, let's say, in these homeless encampments, way better than Los Angeles. And I'll do a reaction of Los Angeles homeless encampments in another time. But yeah, so Hawaii paradise turned to hell. And now it's an unlivable place where everybody's got to go to Las Vegas to make it, unfortunately. That's kind of sad, right? And this is just how I felt. I always thought that your homeland and your hometown would always take care of you, and I found that painful reality, uh, what a painful reality it was when, coming of age as a young adult in California, when, your baby boomer parents could buy a home for $280,000, and then somehow when you become an adult, that house is now worth 1,000,000, and they expect you to, quote, "work hard for it." Realizing that the system is rigged, yet they refuse to admit that, which is a topic for another time. But this is very interesting. Not as depressing that as much as I thought it would be. Right? It seemed kind of hopeful, kind of, but not really. But man, I would really love to. I'd really love to have like a chill house like this that's not a McMansion and just a view. This is an amazing view. I'm not gonna lie. No traffic lights either. Traffic lights, that's a representation of colonialism in the man, now that I think about it. All right, well, that's it for this reaction. So are we at 46 minutes already? Okay. I wonder if anybody's actually going to watch me watch this. But yes, this is Hawaii Paradise Turned to Hell. And you are watching a guy who's on the FBI's apparently on the FBI's wanted list. Wow, crazy, right? All right, well, that's it for today. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you on the next video.